When you've got a high-performance envelope, how critical is zoning?
Zoning can make a real difference, particularly in houses that have many different changes of uses or larger houses. Even in a high-performance envelope, I mean, cutting down the heat loss of the envelope makes a big difference in fuel consumption, but also heating rooms that aren't being used, or worse yet, overheating some parts of the building and underheating other parts of the building will make people uncomfortable and wind up wasting energy because the people in the hot rooms wind up cracking windows or whatever. To my mind, a high-performance house winds up with many small zones. So each area can be tuned for the comfort and use of that space, and we can apply the energy where it's needed most, and we won't have any excess that needs to be bled off because people are uncomfortable. My preference is for hydronic heat, but in any kind of heating system that is used today, zoning can be done. It's a little bit more expensive up front, but from a comfort, indoor air quality in many cases, and certainly from an energy consumption standpoint, it's a real player in the equation.
Comfort becomes a very realistic goal in this case.
Oh, sure. I mean, one of the things that'll, waste energy or make a house, if it's uncomfortable, who cares how efficient it is? Nobody's going to enjoy it anyway. The house has to work as a home for somebody, not just, a building to contain warm air. Having the ability to, usually bathrooms run a slightly higher temperature than bedrooms, and you're not that picky about the temperature in the laundry room, for example. Being able to control those individually increases comfort dramatically, and you wind up not overheating things and spending money on fuel that doesn't do you any good.
Are we talking about automated control systems, or are we talking about real set it as you go?
Whether it be an electrically based system with zones with thermostats, or TRVs, European-style thermostatic valves that go on radiators or baseboards or radiant panels, I don't think it really matters much as long as it's designed well. They all can be designed to work very, very nicely. From a simplicity standpoint, if you're using a hot water system, the TRVs are really simple, quite cost-effective, and not very complicated. And you do have to coach the homeowners. There's a little bit of training involved in that. There's no temperature numbers on the knob. You just play with the knob until you're comfortable and leave it there. And after the family's in the house for, a few weeks, it winds up being set at their comfort spot, and they don't mess with it for years. If you're doing a forced air system, the zoning there is almost always electrically done with thermostats. Programmable thermostats are great, but I'd rather have, a house with 6 stupid thermostats rather than one zone with a very elaborate setback thermostat, because the advantage of zones is actually much greater than the advantage of temperature setback.
And very user-friendly.
Very user-friendly, and can be tuned to be very comfortable, and you wind up not heating the guest bedrooms when you don't need to, and when somebody's coming over, you turn the knob, and everybody's comfortable again.
Well, thanks very much.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure.